as I was sitting in my thinking chair, thinking about what I was thinking about, the second half of the Kintsugi process, we've gone through that breakage stage, right? And we've assembled the pieces together, ready for repair. But we have to wait as we fix the pieces before they can be joined together. We have to clean them and things, and there's a waiting process in there before you can even start to join them together. But I was thinking yesterday, I had a long day. I know some of y'all have long days, but I had a long day. It was long. And I decided to take a bath in my own personal little onsen, which is my little hot springs in my bathroom. And I turned the water up as high as it can go. And I wait before I get in there because I don't want to burn myself. But I get in and I soak and think. And as I'm sitting there thinking, just like in my thinking chair, I was thinking to myself, man, I'm tired, I feel broken. And then as soon as I thought that, man, I feel broken, I thought of Kintsugi. And who better to take my broken body to than the one who created it? And I was thinking of the healing process, how we break. We end up finding, we end up going through things that breaks our spirit, that breaks us physically. Some of my friends and loved ones have the COVID, and it's not. The body needs healing. So when we go to the potter with our clay bodies, when we go to the potter, he's able to piece it back together. And not only piece it back together, I got excited about this. As he's putting me back together, I get stronger. The scars that I go through, tell a story. And it's a story of resilience, and it's a story of blessing. It's a story of how God brought me from his place to this place. So I'm trying not to preach, but yay. Whew. So gathering pieces, I was like, okay, here I am. Put me back together again in a way that'll be stronger than before. Okay? So let's go through stage 4 through 6. Stage 4 is repair. So after the waiting for the glue to dry, once you have that cracked piece, after waiting for the glue to dry, now you can clean the excess off and sand it down to the bonding mixture to reveal the scars of the piece. So you wouldn't have all this excess lacquer on there. I got this because of wabi-sabi. But you would just grind it down and sand it down to reveal its scars. Now, I was thinking, sanding all the way to the scars is necessary to smooth it out, right? Before you can apply the first coat of lacquer, of course. Now, in life, we want to rebuild, okay? We want to put our things back together again. But there comes a time to peel back the layers, take off the masks, okay? Sand down those layers that we hide behind, okay? Now, when we're getting put back together again, there's excess built up. We put up a fence or a wall, right? We usually hide behind that wall. When we're offended, what we do, put up a wall instead of grinding it out. Now, after the relationship has been separated or broken for so long, and we want to put it back together again, we're gonna have to sand those pieces down. So the scars show that there's a deep wound, that there was a deep cut. You hurt me. And for there to be, for you to address those scars, for you to put balm on those scars, for you to address those issues, you got to get down to it. Now, if you offend me and I'm walking around all, mad, and then you go to me and you say, "What's wrong?" And nothing. I got it. I'm good. And that layer of resentfulness and that wall that's built up, if it's not torn down, you can't join the pieces back together again. So there has to be an agreement between both of you that you want to work things out, and never give up. The lacquer is on the cup. The lacquer is addressing the wound. In the piece, the lacquer is starting to hold these things together, okay? The glue together. And that first application, it takes time, it takes time to heal wounds. That first application usually takes about 2 weeks. 2 weeks, half a month just to dry and cure for the first layer. And usually you go through 3 or 4 layers, sometimes even 6. So it takes time and it takes work. Stage 5 is reveal. While the lacquer is still moist, we apply the gold. This reinforces the joints and strengthens the piece, of the new piece, and strengthens the broken places. Okay? Oils and different polishes are applied to make it shine brilliantly. And this is work being put into that broke object. So, in the reveal stage, we are polishing. We're working on it. We're working on our relationship. We're working on being better, getting better. We know from the scars and how we address the scars what's bothering that other person. Since we know that, you know what not to do, okay? If you want that relationship to work, guess what? You're gonna have to really put effort into not doing those things that broke it before, okay? So, and the last stage is this, and I really like it. Sublimate, which is, I had to look it up. I was like, what does that mean? It's channel, divert, or control, okay? So this is really the stage that you put your energy into it and make it work, okay? So we have our cup and we have it looking the way we want it to. So we're starting to really put our effort in our thing and make it look like we want it to look. This is where the piece is actually ready to be shown off. It's ready for everybody to see and it to be used. All that hard work that you've been doing is starting to pay off. The piece that was broken before is back and it's stronger and it's rebirth. It's a new piece. It's not the same as it was before. It's better than it was because of all the hard work and the effort that you put into it. It also is a time for you to, since you put in all that hard work, it is a piece of you. It's an extension of you. Just like your relationships, if you put in that hard work, it's an extension and it's a piece of you. With all its glory and strength in it, it's unique. And it's unique to you because you put it back together again. You helped put it back together. the cracks in the piece tell the story. The scars that you see, the each intricate little piece that's been put back together shows how much you cared for it. And yes, it was broken. It was whole at one time and broken, but you put it back together in a way that made it, reinforced it and was stronger. And that makes that a unique piece, which once again gets into Wabi Sabi, where that piece's imperfection is its perfection. So your story or your piece is unique to you, okay? And the reflection of all of the experiences that you have is embedded into that piece. Everything that you've gone through and everything that you experience, you can show it to someone and say, I've been through that. You don't want to either you don't want to go there, or you can come out of it. You're following that same path. I've been through there. You can come out of it. And I think God really wants us to show that that experience, to keep His children from following in the same traps that we fell into. So you guys have an awesome day today. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. We're going to put it all together. It's going to be all Wabikigai. Okay, Wabi Sabi, Ikigai, Ichigo Ichie, Kintsugi. Let's put it all together, okay? Let's live life. All right? Fist bump. Boom!